Are elite anglers dominating the NPFL? In this video, we're going to talk about the elite and BPT anglers who fish the NPFL. Are they dominating the other anglers? Now, this could be a little bit of a long video because I have 2 pages of notes. I usually only have 1. I have a page of stats, and we're going to go over not only the history and then who is joined, but we're going to dive into some statistics of how much money the anglers are making versus the other anglers, how much money they're making on the elites versus the NPFL, and then talk about, are these anglers dominating by being in the National Professional Fishing League? Now, if you don't know, the NPFL, or the league from here on out, started in 2021. At that time, they did not have elite or BPT anglers on their roster. And the NPFL has been very open to making changes to help build their league. Now, last year, in 2024, they decided during the offseason that they were going to prohibit forward-facing sonar, that they were drawing a line in the sand. A monumental decision that has helped them gain a lot of traction in the industry from the fans, also from possible sponsors. They've also created a new platform that has been unbelievably better than what they had in the past. And that platform also broadcasts on YouTube, which allows anglers and fans who couldn't find their tournament series over the last few years to now watch it up front on their phones, on their computers, and on their TVs. And the fishing fans have really enjoyed this new platform and how it's working. Now, in 2022, we started to see a couple anglers move over from the elites over to the NPFL. At that point in time, their tournament, to win their tournament, was $50,000. And we had Patrick Walters and John Cox were the people who started this move. In fact, Watts Bar in 2022 was won by Patrick Walters. And Patrick Walters won $95,000 and John Cox won $18,000 that year. That was 2 anglers out of a 121 angler field. And they had 1 win between the 2 of them over really 5 events, because there were 6, but there was a conflict. But 1 event was won by Patrick Walters during the 2022 season. In 2023, Patrick Walters won 2 events out of 6. He made $239,000 that year. John Cox made $34,000. That year was an off year. They only had 73 anglers in the full field for the NPFL. That was also the first year that they changed and gave $100,000 to the winner. And the NPFL had 6 events in 2023. But Patrick Walters won on Santee Cooper and Lake Lanier. And that year, 1 angler won 2 events. Elite angler won 2 events out of 6. So if you're keeping track, that's 3 events out of 11 won by only 2 people of the whole field. Really won, Patrick. In 2024, a lot more anglers, elite anglers, joined the NPFL. You had anglers and BPT anglers like Kyle Welcher and Drew Cook and John Cox and Zach Burge, Patrick Walters, Buddy Gross, David Fritz, who might have retired, was an elite angler, who knows, not even going to go into it, and then Tommy Biffle. So there were 6 or 8 elite or BPT anglers joining the NPFL for the 2024 season. Patrick Walters won another event in 2024, and Kyle Welcher, in his first year with the NPFL, won Angler of the Year. And those were just 6 or 8 anglers out of 118. Now, in 2025 is when the NPFL drew a line in the sand. They decided to prohibit forward-facing sonar. This is where the elite anglers have absolutely dominated the field. And I know there's going to be some people that go, no, this isn't the truth. When you look at it statistically, and there being probably, let's just say, 22% of the field is either an elite angler or a BPT angler. When you start to see 23% of the anglers winning the amount of money that they've won, then you realize that the class of anglers have come from the elites and the BPT over to the NPFL. No offense to the anglers who aren't that. They are absolutely dominating this year. And quite honestly, I thought with all these new anglers coming into the NPFL, it would bring the field much closer. But when you have Hackney and Walters and Welcher and Couple and Hank Cherry and Drew Cook, Bill Lowen, Shane LaHue, Gerald Swindle, 9 of the current top 11 in Angler of the Year points are elite or BPT anglers, after stop 3 of the NPFL 2025 schedule. But you also have KJ Queen, Brandon Cobb, Jason Christie, Zach Burge, Scott Canterbury, Matt Herron, John Cox, Andrew Upsaw, Buddy Gross, Scott Suggs, Tommy Biffle, Tyler Williams, who's just donating money, and James Watson, all in the field. 22 of the 116 anglers are either elite, former elites, or BPT anglers. And the NPFL pays out almost $460,000 at every event. Stop 1, you had Jason Christie, Caleb Couple in 3rd, Bill Lowen in 4th, Hank Cherry in 5th, Patrick Walters in 6th, Greg Hackney in 8th, and Buddy Gross in 10th. You had 7 out of the top 10 anglers were either elites or BPT, really more elites, that got paid at stop 1. And Zach Burge fished 2 of 3 days and made a check in 35th place, which is unheard of. He did not fish the first day, but he fished day 2 and 3 and finished in 35th place. Stop 2, you had Greg Hackney win, KJ Queen in 2nd, Kyle Welcher 3rd, Patrick Walters 4th, Drew Cook 6th, Tim Frederick 8th, J. Todd Tucker in 10th, Gerald Swindle in 11th, Tommy Biffle in 13th, Shane LaHue in 14th, and Caleb Couple in 20th. 11 out of the top 20 anglers were elite anglers. And when I started doing notes for this video, one of the things I wanted to know was how much have these anglers made, elite anglers made, versus the anglers who are on, that are the backbone of the NPFL, the anglers who have been there for years. So I made a spreadsheet. Yes, I know. For whatever reason, I decided to do this again. So one of the things I hate more than anything is making spreadsheets. But when you do the stats, you realize that the domination of these elite and BPT anglers that are fishing both tours are really dominating the rest of these anglers. Why? Remember, we're only looking at a small sample size of 22, 23 anglers that I kept track of. And I'm not even sure I have all of the anglers that are on the BPT or the elites on my list. I looked at 22 of them. And if you look at stop 1, 22 anglers made $246,900. Remember, the NPFL pays $460,000 during each tournament. This is more than half of the money goes to 22 anglers. Look at stop 2. Stop 2 on Lake Norman. These same elite anglers, the 22, made $271,800 of the $460. Stop 3, they made $248,900, same as stop 1. The elite anglers that are fishing the NPFL are winning more than half the money that's being paid out. And it's only 22 of the 113 anglers on the NPFL. They're absolutely dominating the rest of the field. And there's some great anglers that fish NPFL, but these guys have proven themselves why they are elite. Now, we're going to go a little bit further and just use this as an example. Oh, I might need this. So, Greg Hackney, great, amazing angler, has made $129,400 on the NPFL this season. On the elites, he's made $8,000. Now, the NPFL has only had 3 events. The elites have had 6. And I'm not counting the Classic if he got to the Classic. Look at Patrick Walters. Patrick Walters has made $37,000 with the NPFL. On the elites, he's made $49,700. Now, big difference. He's made more on the elites than the NPFL, but there's been 6 events versus 3. Caleb Couple, one of the most consistent anglers there is out there. He has made $29,000 on the elites. On the NPFL, he's made $36,200. Hank Cherry has made $11,000 on the elites. Has made $29,700 on the NPFL. Drew Cook has made $35,500 on the elites. He's made $29,400 on the NPFL. Then look at Shane LeHue. He's made $43,000 on the elites, and he's made $19,400. Or Gerald Swindle has made $16,000 on the elites this year, and he's made $26,200. KJ Queen has made $18,000 on the elites, and he's made $27,000 on the NPFL. They have dominated on the NPFL. You can say yes or no, agree or disagree. In 2025, the 22 elite anglers and BPT anglers that are fishing both the elites or the BPT and the NPFL have absolutely dominated and crushed the rest of the field of the NPFL. And that's not to take any shots at any of them, because they're living their dream and fishing for a living. And I congratulate all of them. But to say that the elite anglers or the BPT anglers that fish elite and BPT and then also fish the NPFL aren't dominating is complete horseshit. They are dominating this year. And remember, they're paying $1,100 give or take to fish the elites, and they're fishing the NPFL for $5,200 a tournament. And there's been less tournaments so far for the NPFL versus the elites. But these guys that are fishing both tournaments or both tours are without question dominating this season in 2025. But I would say Patrick Walters winning 4 out of probably 17 events those first 3 years is also dominating too. And Patrick is without question one of the best anglers on the planet. So is Kyle Welcher. But these guys have decided to fish the NPFL, are dominating, are cashing checks, and are proving why they are the elite. What do you think? Comment below and tell me what you think. Should we allow these elite anglers to fish NPFL? I mean, it helps the NPFL. That's the truth. It brings bigger names to their tour that they haven't had until the last couple of years. Prohibiting forward-facing sonar is a big reason why the NPFL is on a absolute high right now. They are hitting it. They are doing everything right. Their platform still needs a lot of work. They still have a lot of things to make changes to. But should more elite anglers go and fish the NPFL? Because these guys really are crushing most of these guys. They're donating $5,200 at every tournament. And how long can that be sustainable? That's another question. So comment below and tell me what you think. Do you like this kind of content? Click that like and subscribe, and welcome to the team and family. And thank you to all the new subscribers and members and everyone who's interactive on the channel. I really do appreciate it. You guys are rocking it. It's just, I can't go into it. It's a weird time. But I appreciate all the prayers and the thoughts and all the texts and emails and comments you guys put on. So thank you. But if you're not a subscriber, you should be. It's quick, easy, and it's free. Just click that button and welcome to the team and the family. Remember, take a kid fishing, tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.